Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am looking at all of my young Japanese maple trees, and as you can see they have lots of leaves, and I would like to train them more into a standard, a Japanese maple tree versus kind of a shrubby look. So these are super little. As you can see, they're only about 6 inches to about a foot tall. They're looking really healthy, and I have a whole bunch of them, but because I want to train them into a standard, I want to get rid of all the little suckers that are shooting out from the bottom, and then I just want one long stem basically going upward. So just want to show you how I do that. It's really easy and simple. You just go to the bottom, like of this one. You can see it's about 12 inch, maybe 13. And you just kind of go like this and you strip it, and then you get all these little suckers left behind. You can I think they're almost too young to root. And then coming up here, I do the same thing. Basically you pinch off the side. See where the side leaf is right here? Just pinch it right at the node and I strip it down. There's another one here. I just grab it and tear, grab it and tear. And I mean, you want to make sure you leave enough leaf that it can do its thing. But see how the stem is just one long branch, and that's basically, it'll get hardier, turn into a stump. And then I'll top it off at a certain height. I'm just not sure where yet. And I actually need to stake them because see, it leans over. And I want it to, not lean, of course, and go straight. But I have so many of them. Now, if you don't do it, eventually what it'll do is where the nodes are, which is where the leaf stem comes off, see how it sends up another, like this one is a good example. All the way at the base, it sends off another stem, which then, it's kind of tougher to take off. Like this one has 2 right here that splits off. So you just basically pick the stronger of the 2. When it's more than just a leaf, it's harder to kind of strip. So, don't forget your pruners. Let me set this up so I can actually use both of my hands. Let me see. Sorry, I have it on a stand. And then you have to make sure you get it in the right angle. I need more hand gardeners. We need more hands all the time. Okay, let me see if I can stick this here so you can see what I'm doing. And this is the one I'm looking at here. I might have to actually bring it closer. So, starting at the base, I'll take off the little shoots that are there. Here's one that's sending off more than just a little leaf. It's almost a little nice tree if you can actually root these, but it's a little too young to root. So with the leaf, it's easier to take down, but if you let it grow and it sends up another stem from that side, you just have to choose one. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to pick the stronger of the 2, snip it right there. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to do this while I film, but just snip it right there. And let me see if I can get a closer shot. So like right down here is where I snip it. So it's just be one little stem, I guess a trunk, since I'm training into a trunk. So here's this one over here. It's got multiple shoots coming off of it. Basically, I'll do the same thing to that one. Let's see. So wherever the leaf is, you can just kind of take it down the stem, but wherever there's an actual, like another lead, I guess is what you would call it, just snip it off right there. Take off some of the leaf. Just make sure you leave enough. That's basically it. It's pretty simple, really easy. This one, it's got some stuff on the bottom. You can see I've tried to train them already. With one hand, it's a lot harder. But when you have two hands, it's a lot easier. Sometimes you just gotta pinch it right there. Looks like this one's suffering from something. I'm not sure what. The leaves are turning. And then there's this one here. It's got all that growth on the bottom. So I want to get rid of that. So you just kind of take it down, push it with your finger, and it comes off fairly easy. Keep going. Taking it at the stem. This one is kind of bending at a weird L shape. Here is another one that's probably 18 inches that I have. And you can see it from the ground where the stem is getting hardier. I think I'm going to just remove some of these leaves. And then just leave this top section to give it photosynthesis. I'm going to eventually have to stake this one because you can see it tends to want to lean. So here's another one behind it, along with a huge big weed. Remember, I was gone on vacation, and then literally this gardening bed where I propagate most of my plants. Here's this one. You can see it has leaves all the way from down here, but where I have previously removed the leaf down below. I'm gonna go in and do the same thing. Just kind of take off the side leaves. And then just make sure you leave enough for photosynthesis. Here's this one over here. Same thing on this one. Just take off the side leaves. Be gentle. They're very bendable because they're still new. That one I just might leave it like that since it's still doing its thing. Here's a couple more I have right along here that's growing. This one is completely out of control. Hang on, let me put my stand back. Okay. Try to get this camera angle correctly. I'm sorry. Definitely not a pro at this yet. And like I said, it's hard to garden with two hands as it is when I'm using it to hold up the camera. So here's another one, but it looks like this one I let it go too far. Right at the tip of it, there's 3 leads right here. There's one here, one in the middle, and one to the side. So you just want to go down. Take the bottom shoots off. Sides. Do the sides, do a little cleanup. And then with this one, they're going to all need staking up. So you can see if you don't stake it, kind of bends to wherever the wind and rain gets it. So with this one, I'm going to try to do this one-handed. I don't think I'm going to be successful at it. All right. I am not. Let me get this on the stand really quickly. Like, depending on how you put this on a stand is the angle you need it to be. I'm sorry. Okay, so with this one, since I got 3 leads and I only really want one, I'm gonna basically cut this 2 sides off. Well, actually, I got 4 leads now. If you look at it, looking at it more closely, if you can see here, the middle one has 2 leads coming off of it. Now the dilemma becomes, do I want to remove or let them be and then let them fork off the way it is? I think with this one I might just leave it and see how it does, because I've got the tree aspect of it down. See, here's the trunk. It looks pretty healthy, and then up here it's where it's forking off. So maybe I'll just leave that there. Okay, here is another one. So this one right here looks like it has 2 leads, meaning there's one here and one there. So I just need to pick the healthier of the one, get rid of the bottom foliage. Okay, so bottom foliage is gone now. And then since I have 2 leads, I just need to pick one of the 2. And then let me see, get a better angle. I'm trying to get the best angle for you guys. I'm sorry. And this might not even work too with the stand the way it is. So from here, can you see that? So here's the 2 leads. I am gonna pick eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Gonna take off this one. There we go. Now it only has 1 lead. Can you see that? Just 1 lead now. So here's this one I have here that has 2 strong leads over here. As always, get rid of the bottom leaves. And then go in and take off one of the 2. So actually it has 3. There's 1 in the middle, but the middle one doesn't look very strong. So I think what I'm going to do, I might take out the middle, let it split the 2 ways. So you have like a multi-trunk. Now with the Japanese maple, you can also have multi-trunk as well. So I might leave that one as a multi-trunk. This one, of course, is just a 1 trunk, and it looks like it's pretty healthy. So I'm going to just remove a couple more of the leaves on the bottom. And the new growth at the tip is not pretty. New growth. Here's the new growth. So I'm going to need to stake this one up, but it's looking healthy. Here's a couple more over here. This one is just one trunk. I just need to remove the foliage. So removing the foliage is not so bad. And you can clean it for a tidier look once you remove the foliage, but I just leave mine there. Now let's see, there's a couple more I have along here. These are littler ones. They're about 6 to 12 inches still. This one is about 12. This one's about 12 right here. And then then those ones are about 6 to 8. And then I have a couple more over here that are of a different variety that are growing stronger. And I've been trying to tend to these ones, but sometimes it doesn't work. Like this one, I think I'm gonna do a multi-trunk because it already has sent a shoot here. And then over here there's two other one, which then splits into another one. So, but it looks really pretty. I mean, it's got its own uniqueness. This one you can see a little growth right here. There's a leaf. So I'm gonna just take that off. And then see how this one's split into a 2. This one has 2. So I'll probably just leave that one. Over here, you can see new growth forming at the bottom. I'm gonna just remove it. And then this one is just probably about 13 or 15 inches. It looks like it's sitting off a new shoot over here. Now I could go in and take that off so it's just a one long standard instead of 2 multiple trunk. Haven't decided though what I want to do with that one. This one, same way. See if I can get a better angle, sorry. Alrighty. It's a little hot out here today, but not as bad. At least the humidity is not as bad. So here's the trunk. I got a couple leaves coming out of it. Isn't that a pretty color? So I'm just gonna remove these ones. But aren't they pretty? Look at it. Wait. Ugh. In the shade. Hopefully it can catch the color. I wonder what it looks like in the sunlight. Can you see it in the sunlight? Isn't that beautiful? So I'm just gonna remove it. Just let it keep on going. So here's one here that's splitting into multiple trunks. I'm not sure if I would want that. So let me... Sometimes they're a little bit tougher, so gotta have nails to take them off. They don't come out very well. Just use your snippers, your pruners. This one I think I'm just gonna leave it as a multi-tree trunk. Ooh, excuse me. But basically, that's my Japanese maple. I have another one over here that I'm trying to train. Now this one I staked it down, but you can see you still need to come out and check it every once in a while because it'll still send new growth at like right here. See, it's new growth right here, but it looks like it wants to grow into another leading branch, so I'm gonna just remove that completely. Can you see the angle? Okay, let me see. Maybe here. There's the angle. Just snip that off. Sometimes, like I said, they're a little bit hardier, so not to prevent from a lot of damage, you just use your pruners. Then you cut it. Let's see. I want to show you the one that I do have in the ground that is still growing. Where did I plant it? Oh. I put it right here in the midst of all these lovely salvia bush. This is a vermillionaire. Attracts hummingbird. They're great in the garden. So here's the other one I'm growing. It's a little bit stressed. I moved it from an all shade position. They do need sunlight in order to have the vibrant color, so that's why I moved it into the sun spot. But I'm training it into a multi-trunk, which is 2 more than 1, of course. It's doing decent over there. Seems to like its spot. Sorry, I got weed everywhere, but there within the weed mix is another Japanese maple over here. I'm just gonna remove some of the leaves. Just gotta go in and go at it. Don't be afraid. They're fine. They're fine. This one looks like it almost wants to do a 2. See here, 1 and 2. think I'm gonna go in and snip it. Okay, so when you're snipping things, you just want to be a little bit careful. You don't snip what you don't want. And when you do, it's hard to snip with one-handed. I just don't want to snip them both off by accident. There we go. Now you have one lead instead of two. Here's the other one in the ground that we just cut. And then I have one more over here. Let's see. It's over here growing in the breeze. So I'm just training it. I'm gonna definitely have to stake it in because the wind takes it everywhere and it's so bendable. This is the first year, so they're definitely a little bit more bendable than they usually are when you see them at mature. But that's all I was doing. Quick, easy job just to take care of my Japanese maple. I got quite a few, so I'm hoping that once they get big enough, I'm going to transplant them where I want them to be. They don't like to be moved a lot, so just make sure you know where you want it. And remember, they do better in sunny spots just because it needs the sunlight in order to turn the leaves to the vibrant color that you want it to be. It depends on the variety you have. Now I can't remember what variety I have because these are all from seed. So even with the variety, it could be different because anything you plant from seed, it's like kids, you know. They may have similar characteristics like the parents, but they won't look exactly like a duplicate, not a clone. I hope you guys are having a great day. I think that's it for today, you guys. Enjoy your garden. Have a blessed day. See you in the next one. Bye.